Yes. Oh, sorry, yeah. I will go up and mark. So I can take the big one. So Buddy, you will take Skull as well. Yes, card alphabet. Dispel, please. Yeah. Just cut it, cut it. Oh, shit. It's all good. Just stun them. If you have fear, you fear. Just use whatever you have. All interrupts, everything works on those goblins. Yes. Just banish it. Just banish it. And bring back the spellbinder. Just bring it to the raid. Okay, so Skippy, you're up for AoE taunting. Okay. Um. So yeah, Buddy, you take the big one again, and I will pull. Let's go. Where are the frost traps, boys? Nope. Skippy taunted a bit early. You haven't been paying attention lately. Okay, you can bring them back. Banish, please. You just let them come into the raid. What's the timer on? Oh shit. Okay, Buddy on the big one. Okay. No, just bring back the spellbinder as well. Yeah. Well, no point really, because the casters can't damage the spellbinder. So keep one out. Don't banish star. Don't banish it. Don't banish it. So melee DPS, go on spellbinder. Okay, I will take purple. Someone take nipple. Okay, now we deserved some trash loot. We will take that one last. We will still do one more pack down there. Calm your tits, everyone. Just go down. Okay. So, but is you ready? Okay. I got 7 minutes because I had to use it this pack. Yeah. Okay. I will go up and pull then. Yeah. No. Sadish can do it. Yeah, and use intimidating shouts. Use everything to interrupt them. Okay, that was pretty obvious that we had multiple people using stuns and interrupts. There were minimal damage on the raid. Yeah, in 3 hours. I'm gonna pull the next spellbinder as well then. No, I'm busy. I'm tanking Skull. The one that respawned. Come on, mages. Use your knives and your staffs. Be useful. There we go. I got red. Come on, fucking mages! You have an ability called Blink. Use it. Okay. And this week, do not kill the engineer. We are collecting full rage. Holy fuck! Doesn't matter until we're in position. Okay, taunt it. Someone taunt it. Thank you. Taunt it again. Oh, never mind. I got it. Oh, new debuff. Taunt it. Taunt. Taunt. I mean, you do your initial hit on the boss here. And then you just strafe down. Just remember to come in at an angle here, so you face the boss through the corner. And you just strafe. You're super tanky, you can just run. Yeah, I can reposition it after the next breath. You need to taunt wing buff at Rhea. Oh, I had it for a second. Oh, how? Pro taunt. It got in correct position. Let's get some good fucking items this week. Worthless piece of shit. Oh, oh no. Still vendor if needed. We still have one dragon to loot. The shittiest fucking items in game. And people, you do not need Onyx's Kelly Clock anymore. I point at you, Legoria. Wrong cloak. Oh shit, I'm spinning here in a corner. That's bad. Uh, oh, no, no, no. Do not touch skull. Don't touch skull. Okay, okay, seriously. Lumiko, you're actually gonna take aggro by wanding, you know that, right? Yeah, you will. Because I haven't hit the boss in 1.5 minutes. And yes, Nuru, we should prep for in case we get time lapse. No, 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 no. The only thing we need to do for the first time lapse is me and two healers uh, are fighting over here instead. If you see where I am. Yeah. And making sure that me and the two healers are not getting hit by the time lapse. So the only important. Yeah, yeah, it's fine as long as I'm second on threat. Yeah. So just to make sure clear here, what healers are with me. So then one of the mages now and then, when I call out, will have to single decurse me. Because I won't be in range of them. So just make up your mind, mages, who will be in charge of decursing me when I call it out. I want one mage saying that he or she will decurse me when I call out. Mages! Oh, okay, Lumico, thank you. Two. Oh, everyone can dispel decurse me. Fuck it, fuck the raid. Just focus me. Yeah, I will call out when I run into line of sight of you guys. Then you just do it. Then I will run back into hide. That's good. Yeah, but this is the only difference we need to do for the initial time lapse. After that, everyone just runs out in vision during time lapse. Feel free to pop stone scale potion body if you have one, otherwise I can trade. That nullifies that breath. No, it's fine. Oprah dead, then it's you. Now it's you. No, no, no. It's a wipe. He's up to 31 again. Yeah, that was really unfortunate. He got his enrage plus the 10% marker at the same time. So it was our bad, really. We should wait for the enrage before pushing it to 10%. Holy fuck, Aurea, are you AFK? Oh, okay. He's such a strange guy. He starts a conversation with me text-based. All of a sudden, he just is gone. Fucking fascist. Was that a yes or no, Aurea? No, no, no. Stone shield potions. No, 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 no. If you're eating the acid breath, you need to have it applied. No, no, no. I have. I asked if you needed. Yeah, okay, fuck him. Let's go without him. Well, we're eating flask time. Five seconds. 5 seconds. Oh. For the next breath, use your first cooldown, buddy. Shitty loot again. And Feral Druid Cloak. I'm logging out to save the flask.
Which basically makes it so the opponent mills whenever you draw a card. So the idea was, how do we draw cards to make them mill, but do it in a very unique way? And the unique way that I was forced by the person who requested the deck brew to make was to use Guild Summit. So Guild Summit is a really weird blue enchantment that goes like this. You pay 3 mana, you play it, you can when it comes into play, you can tap as many guild gates as you want, if you have any, as many gate lands, I guess, as you want. And you will draw a card for each gate that you tap. However, you know, the gate stays on the enchantment stays on the board, and every guild gate that you'll play in the future, every gate land that you play in the future is going to draw you a card. So it actually gives every land you have a cycle ability. The problem is that gates as you very well might know, have this untapped, like they're basically tap lands. They come into play tapped. So what that means is you have a super slow deck because everything is gates that come into play tapped, and this is your big draw engine. But when it draws, like it draws a huge amount because you the goal is to try to find a way so that you play a lot of gates, at the same time, that you draw a ton of cards. And the super cool thing is it almost doesn't matter when you get the enchantment, because you can play a bunch of gates first, have them all be established, then play the summit, and then you can tap all your gates at the same time and draw a bunch of cards for each gate you tapped. Or you can play the gate on turn 3, and then every single gate you play during the game will draw you a card. So it's a very versatile enchantment in a way, because it doesn't punish you, which, a lot of cards tend to do that are designed like this. It doesn't punish you for playing the spells before it. One example would be, let's say you had an enchantment like Firemind's Research, which forces you to have spells played after it so that it gains charge counters, right? That's always very painful, because if you've played a bunch of spells before you got to your Firemind's Research, then your spell density is very low and it's unlikely you get to charge it up very much. Well, what if it counted spells in your graveyard? Then you wouldn't feel that bad about powering up the Firemind's Research ahead of time by playing spells prior. So it's a super interesting card. The deck was just not very good. Then again, it might have just been the way that I built it, but we had some fun games regardless come out of it. Like every piece of jank, occasionally it comes together, and when it does, you're like, you know what, this was all worth it, and we had a bit of fun. So hopefully you guys enjoy this absolute pile of hilarity, and until the next video, may the fun and the luck be with you. This is perfect. This deck is perfection. Let's play it in the free queue, because I honestly, like, constructed event is not gonna work for this. Like, I give up. The constructed event is a no-go zone. It's like, oh, hi, you have a mountain? GG. Well played. Forgot to put Chromium. Can you just, because I'm not a Dimir deck. If you had Crucible of Worlds, you could replay the gates after you escape shit. Are you kidding? Oh, oh, there's white. Oh god, I want to die. Mountain, GG. Buff it, baby. Oh yeah. Buff it. It's not quite. Yeah. It's not quite GG, but it's pretty GG-esque at least. A Mentor of the Meek. That is spicy. Dig it. It's kind of cool. That's a cool card. We need a little bit more help here to really get, like, if we can get a guild summit, we might be able to win. No kidding. Maybe treasure maps, even. They might be good. I have a quick explanation of how this deck works. It doesn't work, that is. But it can work. It just generally doesn't. This is how the deck works. It uses Guild Summit to trick you into thinking it's gonna do something. and then we mill them. This is our game plan. This is what the deck does. Is this the deck a brew of yours? Well, they paid for me to come up with a brew using Guild Summon and Psychic Corrosion, and I just decided to go for the obvious, Tadiova land package. So for us to win here, I guess we're just gonna go Psychic Corrosion into, like, we're gonna go double Psychic Corrosion into Scape Shift. I think we actually win on the back of that, no kidding. If he doesn't play like a massive 6-drop, we go Psychic, we win. If this isn't a big drop, 1, 2, 3, like no Itali or something, oh, that's fine. I think we actually have the win next turn. Like, no kidding. I'm not even memeing. People are like, oh, meme. No, no, we win. We actually have the win. They're gonna lose to us. They're gonna lose to this fucking deck. They're gonna lose to this potato, man. I can't believe you're gonna lose. It was really close. And there it is. Oh, GG opponent.
Just make sure that the shaman is in my room.
I'm kind of liking this hand. I really like this hand. If we can get Guild Summit into Circuitous Route, this would just feel so damn good. I love... Okay, so here's a question, right? Look at this, right? Look at this. Guild Summit, Circuitous Route. They curve into each other super well. But we haven't had, like... It doesn't feel like they've added any support for the archetype. Right, for like a green-blue deck. We just don't have a Simic deck. Do you think Simic, like in some way, is gonna be tied to Guild Summit and Circuitous Route? This could just be a setup for Simic. This could easily be the type of play that just sets up for a super good Simic build. Why are you asking me to pay 2? Just pay 3 and play it. I really wonder. Lands don't sound like a Simic Guild thing? Oh yeah?
If I want to have the flask entire raid, I mean, when you pull, I log in.
Okay, maybe not. Maybe you're right.
Tell me when you started. What the fuck? I got forced to teleport outside the raid. Oh well. No, you can't because you're the only tank there. It needs to be... No, never mind. Aurea. Okay, good. Then I can watch YouTube, I guess. Yep. I actually got kicked from raid. Feels good.
Tadiova isn't Simic Guild, only Simic colors. Yes, I know. I know that Simic Guild is more about evolution and whatnot, but it could easily tie into, like, frankly, they need to fix Simic. They don't have an identity for Simic. No matter what people keep saying about how Simic is like, oh yeah, it's the color of Evolve, and it's like, no, Simic doesn't have a theme. If they decided to go for ramp as a good theme for Simic, I'd be all for it, like a ramp draw. That's what I want to see. I want to see a ramp draw go spell. That's what I want. I want a Simic deck that wants to play ramp draw. We just don't have anything. Like, the entire color is just like bleh. Just a big fat blob of bleh. That's how I feel about Simic these days. There you go, Simic. Eat that. Put that in your pipe and smoke it, Simic. We don't need another Golgari Guildgate. Is it just me or that felt super good? Can't have Bant without Simic. Yeah, exactly. It's sort of what you need to have. I used to play Merfolk for FNM. The deck is still garbage now. Yeah, I don't think it got any worse though. I think it's always been a shitty deck. It's just that...
Am I even still in the raid? I can't... Okay, I can't even see that I'm in the raid. It's completely pointless.
Sorry, I had to respond to an email. Alright, looks like we're going to be cleansing Nova Ing here. I can't really see another line of play that feels any good. Alright, Murmuring Mystic, get another 1-1. Should be fine. Elvish Rejuvenator into Cleansing Nova is looking sweet. Oh, I mean, the other way around, I should say. Although we could just play Gateway Plaza into that line, right, instead. It gives us the draw from the Guildgate. And then we get the Cleansing. Crucible, that's really sweet. Got him, and now we have access to Crucible of Worlds with Mending of Dawn. My hope is that we pick up like Tadiova off the draw. Yeah, that'd be much better than what we've got so far. I feel like the deck might want to run Eldest Reborn somehow, somewhere. Tadiova, hello guys, please play GB. GB is the best. Thanks, Tadiova, for the $5. You want us to not play your colors? That's not super cool. I thought you'd be happy that I repped the Simic Guild, Tad. Yes, Tad and me are close. We have, I call her Tat. We have that kind of relationship. Tat. I call her Tat. Hey, Tat. Oh, hell yeah. Blow it up, baby. Good riddance. If Simic's mechanic is another uninspired +1/+1 counter, yeah, I'll be very upset if that's what it is. I'm in the same boat you are. Like, I'm so fed up with this uninspired drivel. Like, they need to come up with something better, man. I want to see some Mystic Snakes. I want to see some Mystic Genesis. I want to see some, it's like some Ooze tokens. Anything but +1/+1s. Anything. Anything. Maybe they'll give us +2/+2 counters. Fabricate would have been a nice Simic mechanic. No, no, it wouldn't. It sounds like a robot thing. Simic is not about robots. It would have to be called like... I don't know. Splice? No, that already exists. Evolve with abilities wouldn't be as bad. Yeah, they might do that. That's true. That is a good point. Maybe it's just a function of how it's been implemented. Am I really just not getting a single a single thing to do that isn't a potato? It certainly looks as though I'm gonna lose to Rawl with nothing. Yeah, there we go. Finally getting a play that I don't hate. Jesus, chat. It's only been a decade since I've tried to draw my Psychic. I like how Mending of Dom is gonna do nothing. I mean, we might be able to get... If I get another Guild Summit, they're gonna... If I draw another Guild Summit, these guys are gonna blow up, but we might just be long dead before that happens. There's a chance we die long before that comes to be a thing. Oh yeah, with Gutter Snipe, we're in real trouble. Okay, that's good. I'll transform Taddy.
I call it a tactical avoidance of repair build. Ah, fuck you that I will.
Oh boy.
Oh, Christ, no. I mean, how
If we can survive,
4 gold 95 in repair build,
we might have a game plan. If we can survive, we have a game plan. Morph should have absolutely been a Simic mechanic too. Like, while we're talking about, you know, Simic stuff, Morph could have easily been a Simic mechanic. All right, let's go. So we're either dead or we're gonna live. Thanks, Nox. But yeah, there's a good chance we're just dead. But if we're not, we're gonna be fine. Here's that list. Change what you want. Alright, Arcades, again. Are you really bringing back Arcades? Okay guys, how many draws are we getting? Oh yeah, they were dead. They were so dead. Holy crap, they're so dead. If I just resolve, pause for reflection, they will not be able to make this. We don't even need Scape Shift. We do not need Scape Shift. We do not need Scape Shift. We don't need Scape Shift. All we need is to use Guild Summit, tap double green 1 blue, and tap 11 Guild Gates. And that'll draw us all the cards. Got him! Oh, we're just drawing our entire deck. Alright, opponent, do you want a mill? Oh, we got him. The Guild Summit Psychic worked. We managed to pull it off. Hashtag Psychic Corrosion was triggered. Alright, we're attacking just for good measure. Discard 7 cards? Yeah, sure, go ahead. G frickin' G, ladies and gents.
Första gången ni handlar för minst 800 kronor ger vi hela 150 kronor rabatt. Testhandla redan idag på Coop.se. Ett smart
to come. And talking about being around for a long time and playing in many different matches, this next segment that's coming up, Dendy, you have some experience with it because we're about to see OpenAI make a return to the TI stage, and now obviously bigger and better, or so we hope, or maybe not hope, depending on who you're rooting for. But Dendy, you had a chance to play against OpenAI back then. What were your experiences getting to, like, did you ever think this was going to happen, that you're going to be on big stages playing and watching games against supercomputers?
Well, at first, when I was going to a stage, I thought I'm going to fight this machine in real life. But when I was supposed to play, and yeah, it was rough.
Right. Were you more confident if it was just going to be a fight with your punches?
Oh, yeah, I have big biceps.
All right. Well, you know, we don't want to rub salt in the wound, but we are going to take a look back at how that match played out between Dendy and OpenAI.
Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Dendy! Raise the decibel levels as we introduce Dendy's opponent. Here we go. But give me Crimson away.
Please stop bullying me.
Next step in the project is 5v5. So just wait for next year's international.
And there we have it. Last year it was just 1v1, just seeing what a single computer can do. And now we're about to see an evolved version, 5v5, OpenAI 5 now coming onto stage. But, I mean, talk me through it. Is it weird, like, playing against a computer because you know it's thinking differently?
Well, I can honestly say,
it's very exciting.
Pay for a fucking
yeah, because at first you're coming like, what he can do to me? I'm immortal. You sit him down, you're like Zeus, sping, and then he just starting to blast it perfectly, move perfectly, block perfectly. And when you're already starting to sweat a little bit, and suddenly he's already destroying you left and right, and when you get sad.
Oh. Well, we'll see how it goes this time. Obviously, now it's 5v5. Things are a little different. Teams on both sides. And I believe our players are ready. First up is going to be the team for the humans who are going to go up against OpenAI. It's going to be none other than Pain Gaming. Woo-hoo!
Välj din favorit för 10, 15, 20 eller 25 kronor. Testa nya Donken Deals.
On the panel for this, but I got a chance to play again at a couple iterations, and then we went with a certain going to be pretty exciting. Well, we'll find.
Do the win probability thing. Straight for the pickoff on whoever's going to end up going mid, and that's the hard part, right? You never know with OpenAI 5. Oh, going to be
but the tide's going the long way around. A sniper gonna run into him. HFN, he's got the high ground. First shrapnel laid out.
All right, shrapnel doesn't do a ton of damage, but with the other slows, it'll definitely be enough to find the first blood.
Question mark.
Weehaw will claim the first blood against OpenAI 5.
Ooh, Weehaw strikes first.
I'm pretty sure that was just for morale more than anything, because if you look at it, the humans gave up a lot of bounty runes, they gave up a lot of time not in lanes. I'm pretty sure they just wanted to feel good about themselves.
I hope they do the win probability thing like they did in the past.
Yes.
That was a good taunt.
Yeah, that definitely, it hurt me when I saw the very high percentage that OpenAI had when we were losing so badly.
It does seem like they switched things up, though, in the games that we played.
Yeah.
They aren't going for this tri-lane anymore. They have adapted to the 2-1-2 meta, which I think is really interesting. considering I thought they were just going to quad lane similar to what they did in our games. This time around, a little bit different, and more importantly, they've sent the Tidehunter mid against the Sniper.
Do you think that's a better matchup than the Death Prophet would have been?
I think the DP would have been fine. Like, that's the thing about people, is we would have sent the DP mid 100 times out of 100.
And then you would have had, like, the Tidehunter. Well, in this situation, you would have thrown him off lane. He would have been matched up against, I guess, the Axe. Which I guess wouldn't have been terrible, right?
Still, HFN not doing bad in this mid lane.
No, not at all.
Mechanically keeping up.
Tidehunter trying to challenge HFN just a little bit, making sure he gets all the CS with the Anchor Smash. Trying to get that offensive use of the Glyph there to make sure that the Tide doesn't get the CS that he needs. Looks like all around, Pain is actually doing really well in last hitting. The Axe currently being 7-1, right there neck and neck with the Gyrocopter.
Yeah, they've got a small lead so far, but the strength of OpenAI is always going to be its ability to just go for the 5-man, take the towers. Something I want people to note as well is if the fights look close, it's because OpenAI has played them so many times that they know how much they have to surrender, how close it's going to be. So oftentimes, I think in our games, we'd allow 3 heroes to walk away with nothing, but we'd get 5-man wipes.
Yeah.
And it baits you into thinking, oh, we're at least a lot closer than we think we are. If we just take the fight a little bit differently this time, we might win.
For the humans, I always hear pros talk about like the feel of certain lanes, of how the game goes, and I think a lot of that is
OpenAI getting low.
Does have to pop the healing salve. That's going to be a big win for Pain in the bottom lane. At the same time, Witch Doctor does get very low. They do manage to find him here inside the trees.
The all chat, you can do it. The bots aren't going to react to this at all.
No, they're certainly not.
Go for as much all chat as you want. This is Pain's domain. You can all chat all you want. You can spam the chat wheel. No one's going to take offense to it.
So do you think OpenAI 5, do you think they learned from the losses? They were saying they were kind of playing up against some of the pro teams. They recently said that they actually played against Team Secret and actually took one game against Secret and then lost the other 2. Do you think that maybe some of this dual lane meta and stuff, do you think that maybe learned from those matches?
Yeah, potentially. I think the more interesting thing, though, is that every time it plays somebody good, it always wins game 1. And this is a best of 1. And surely everyone saw our games, or at least heard of them. As the Tidehunter already going to make a rotation, only level 3. There's no bounty rune for him, though.
This is certainly something that the OpenAI 5 struggled with, was being able to contest pulls, but you can see the Tidehunter, he
That's
does
the way they contest it.
He actually pulls up to the top lane, rolls up, intercepts the creeps, and they're now going to have the Death Prophet taking over mid. So they just do a complete lane switch at a certain point. Do you think is it something about the levels? Like they get a certain levels and they finally switch, or?
I'm not really sure. That's a really interesting switch that they decided to make as Gyro going on to the Necro. Very good. And going through that Ghost Shroud.
We tried to pick up Necrophos and there was instant draft of the Gyrocopter every single time against that Necro because of how potent that hero is. And maybe that's part of the reason they want the Gyrocopter down in the bottom lane. They're going to leave the Tidehunter up here in the top lane. Oh, bottom. They do manage to kill the Gyrocopter. Necrophos does get traded out, though. And still at top, we do have that Tidehunter trying to contest with a heavily diving Axe. King RG
gonna get gushed up. The bot coming in
from behind, does manage to get the Hex, doesn't stop the Crypt Storm from going out. He doesn't get hit by the Anchor Smash though, but the bot just needs one hit. He tried to go for the smoke play, but he wasn't far enough out. Smoke instantly taken away. The 5-minute bounty runes coming up. They're going to run away from the Necrophos. They will be able to secure their own bounty runes, and looks like OpenAI 5 is actually going to be able to get 3 out of 4.
And this is another thing that we noticed is the prioritization of the bounty runes by OpenAI.
It's
too much of a lead in mid lane. They're going to make a move on the HFN.
Look at this rotation with the Haste Rune. They don't actually try and go for the kill right away. The Lich is coming in as well, though. They do have the Light. Barely managed to snag up the Crystal Maiden with the Assassinate. They'll be able to finish him off. HFN walks it off, too, because the Lich isn't much of a threat. That is a clean win there for Pain.
And the all chat from the bots. I don't think they added in that when we were playing against
the hero chat wheels. I don't remember that either.
Tidehunter just getting run at by Weehaw. Weehaw trying to call him under the creep wave.
Oh.
Dropping the... Weehaw.
I would be careful with that. OpenAI 5, you never know when those stuns are going to come in at the perfect time. They can judge it, right? They can get those stuns and know that they can be there in time to grab the item.
I don't know if anybody's ever item dropped against them before.
Yeah, I don't think so. I haven't been playing enough NA pubs, maybe. Death Prophet
gonna get chased out.
King RT also may be caught here. Managed to get the Spirit Siphon slow onto HFN. Now the Shrapnel is going to be able to slow the Death Prophet in return. OpenAI 3 hoping to be able to keep pace with the Crystal Nova. Should be able to finish him off. HFN tries to go for the assassinate. Managed to get off the damage, but he still falls. We have the Gyrocopter here in the top lane, who's already battle hungered up. The rest of the team is joining him, though, with a healing salve onto the Death Prophet. No Spirit Siphon charges, I believe.
Trying to go for the flak hits.
I mean, that was pretty smart. He got a couple of shots in, but still. He just didn't have the firepower to take down that axe. Now the Tidehunters are bottom lane against the Necrophos. They just keep on switching things up.
And the cast's gonna fly in. Tavo, though, only level 5. Tidehunter getting closer and closer to level 6. It's 7 minutes in. OpenAI down by only 1k. And it's holding a much better pace than I expected it to.
Do you think that there is, judging from these two drafts, do you think there was a laning advantage to either side?
I thought it would actually go for OpenAI, just because the type of heroes they have. They've got a Lich, they've got heavy lane dominators as the Crystal Maiden trying to run away.
He's just trying to run away from the Lion, who's just going to taunt him all the way through. Doesn't even need to throw any spells. And they'll get a lot of damage onto this tier 1 mid tower as a result. The Death Prophet is trying to take the safe lane away from Pain, but Weehaw can always be there to intercept. So now it looks like OpenAI 5 and the way they're grouping and clumping up together doesn't really seem to be paying a whole lot of dividends. They're just going to be losing objectives for free. The Witch Doctor does TP up to the top lane, trying to help out Weehaw's being chased by the Spirit Siphon. This is maybe a lot of wasted time unless he actually gets the kill. The armor increase onto Weehaw. He's going to try and get into the trees. The Lion's coming in soon, but the damage is too much. The Death Prophet managed to get the kill, but now with both King RT as well as the Witch Doctor, it looks like the Spirit's coming back. He'll live a little bit longer, but can he actually get a kill off of this one? It doesn't look like it. He turns and fights, eventually does die. Necrophos in the bottom lane, a big heal out, and now the Gyrocopter might still die here. The Death Pulse brings him a little low. He walks it off just like that. There you see OpenAI 5, perfect calculations.
Still, it's going to be a 2k gold lead for Pain. HFN managing to take this mid tower.
And again, it feels like it was kind of inefficient, right? They showed 4 at bottom. The Death Prophet trying to push top doesn't take the objective. At least from the pro side, we've always really valued taking these objectives over the hero kills.
Gyro going to run all the way back. And now it looks like Pain gathering around this bottom tower area. Going to try to press forward. Witch Doctor making his way around as Death Prophet just continues to hold this top lane. Weehaw going to get the call onto him at top, but
they do have the TP in at the top lane with Spirit Siphon slowing down Weehaw.
You gotta be careful. He doesn't have
He's
TP.
gone a little bit too far here, and he's a big target too. With a slowdown of the Frost Nova, and the healing salve's just not going to be enough to save him here. One last shot, or even just the creeps. That'll be enough. That is 166 gold for the two of them. King RT dancing in front of the Tidehunter right here. Turns around, throws down the
I
stun.
don't know if he ravages, but instead resets things as he continues to taunt away.
Seems like King RT's just trying to distract them. Meanwhile, HFN, he's just chewing through all these objectives, has taken mid and bottom now.
Yeah, Pain's doing a really good job of doing what OpenAI normally does to you, which is take these early objectives, gather up as 5, represent your strength. It's top lane. Shrapnel's instantly going to fly out.
Assassinate. That is one of the dangers. OpenAI 5 not able to contest with heroes outside of vision, but HFN still going to be caught here. They do have the exorcism trading out. HFN getting a lot of damage onto the Death Prophet, so it looks like the Witch Doctor will be able to finish him off. A trade-off there, 1 for 2 with the Gyrocopter dying earlier.
10-minute rune spawning. Tidehunter walks past the Invis, is trying to go for the bounty runes instead.
Wards all over the place. The Reaper Scythe not quite enough to be able to get the kill. Crystal Maiden not really slowed down. The healing salve into the high ground will be able to help him out. Now the Frostbite is a little bit more spice, but he actually ran the other direction there. He does have the Nova coming up if he wants to try and slow down the Necrophos again, but eventually he will be able to have that kill. Meanwhile, mid lane, they managed to get the jump in and finish off the Lich. Weehaw cuts him down with a Pulling Blade.
7-9, 3k gold lead in favor of Pain. They've done a very good job with the tower game.
Can't afford to lose their Necrophos here. He does have the raindrops. That'll help out a lot, but it's just so much magic damage. The Gyrocopter managed to get the second shot onto the Lion as well.
And that's where the strength of Gyro versus Necro comes in.
That heavy magic damage. Pretty rough to deal with. Looks like our Death Prophet is closing in on to the Yule Scepter. Just a... okay. Just an urn for our Witch Doctor. Let's see, Soul Ring for the Tide Hunter. You can see some of the items here. HFN has the early Javelin. You can see how much damage he's been able to put out. But it seems like OpenAI 5 usually trying to go for these early stat items. Instantly throwing down the freezing field, and the Necro's in big time trouble. Pops the Ghost Shot, does have another Death Pulse, but there's so much damage coming his way. It's going to be hard to be able to get out of your bottom lane. Finger Death with the Assassination coming in. The Gyrocopter will fall, and King RZ survives.
Weehaw gonna run into the Crystal Maiden. Instantly throws out the Nova. It's gonna Frostbite 2.
Och det är en gök. Det är en östergök, en tröstergök.
I think so. Only got myself to blame. I'm the one that forced to use the second flask. If I may, on the left side, could we have an Earthbind Totem or a Frost Trap? Not yet. Don't have the hit cap. That's one of those few items I never farm in this game. I hate Electric Valley way too much. I'd rather delete my character than farm that shit. Yeah, but I will be heading off to bed. Right.
Teammates coming in. Witch Doctor.
Trying to get that cask. Bounces over to the Tidehunter, slows down their pursuit. Still a 2,000 gold lead for Pain Gaming. Very close game, 9-10 right now. 12 minutes in.
Going to save Flame Tower, regardless of the side that it was.
Area to start with.
Just break towers one by one. They took down the mid-tier one. Now they're going to take down the bottom tier one. And still have the DP ult. Could start getting aggressive for the tier 2 tower, and that's indeed what's going to happen. Is Death Prophet going to pop the south under the tower, try to get a little bit more efficiency. Knows that the heal is going to come in here in a second.
There were a couple plays that we saw. Healing Sal's always underneath the tower. Frostbite onto the Necropost. He's trying, it looks like he's trying to kind of bait them in to dive a little bit, but not going to happen here. Now the TP start coming in from Pain. They do try and go for the call from Weehaw. Now the Ravage, he actually gets ravaged up before he gets the call with the freezing build in perfect position. They just TP into disaster on the side of Pain. Weehaw does manage to cut down the Jar Copter, but instantly dies. 2 cores dead on the side of Pain, and as support limping away, King RT may be found by the Crystal Main. He's going to spot him now.
The pings are coming out, but I'm not actually getting range of this. Is King RD going to taunt his way out of this situation?
You still have the Death Prophet kind of chasing as well, but King RD is so far out now. Yeah. Turns around, gets stunned. He does have a regen rune waiting for him in the bottom lane, so that is indeed a lot of space created by King RD, but still a bad fight for Pain, and it's the first time, I believe, that OpenAI 5 is now ahead in network.
Yeah, 17 minutes in, they've already pushed down the tier 2. There's only one left. I saw a lot of people say, why don't, when we played it, they just said, why don't they just split push? Because it's not easy. They put so much pressure, they exert force into your tier 2, even with no spells up. They represent strength when there's none. It's just a scary game to play overall. It's not a normal type of Dota game that you anticipate, and that's why I feel like it always wins these initial first games.
Whenever you're split pushing, like Weehaw did, trying to do that at the top lane, the OpenAI 5 just kind of reads the team fights, and it says, like, that hero is in here, maybe it doesn't have TP or something, maybe it reads something about that, and just says, we're stronger than them, and they just die towers fearlessly, and it's so hard to just play that split push game without being just punished so heavily in the team fights.
Yeah, what happens that's really scary is when you lose all your tier 2 towers like that, you think, well, at least somebody on our team is getting massively farmed. But all it really takes is one fight from OpenAI, and they take racks, which is what happened in our set of games. So
gonna get a 3-man call. That is a beauty from Weehaw. Might just be able to turn this fight to his favor with the cast bouncing in. Yule Scepter goes up, trying to interrupt. Weehaw still managed to get the Culling Blade, but now with the Chain Frost as well as the Exorcism on top of them, they just didn't have enough heroes from Pain to be able to win this engagement, despite the excellent initiation from Weehaw. Even the Lich barely managed to survive there.
King RD almost went down for that too. Last place.
Pain.
Duster.
I love it. Duster with a little bit of self-awareness and humor.
I love Duster. He's got that. He just has such a good sense of humor, and you just don't anticipate it because
he's a quiet guy.
Yeah.
So you don't really expect it. Yeah.
As HFN, you got to be careful here. You are a sniper, so
you can't get too close to these guys. They will always read the situation perfectly and know when they can get that kill. You think, maybe I'll be able to pull the creeps off the tower. No,
it's
you
so
can't do that.
It's so annoying to play against.
I remember that was the first thing I tried in the first game. I was like, I'm going to Crystal Nova the creeps off the tower. No, OpenAI 5 always kills you in that situation. They're going to turn, try and go for the fight. They managed to get the silence onto 2. Plus, Weehaw was not able to get his jump in. It looks like his Blink Dagger was canceled before he can manage to get the initiation out. So now, again, can't get good casts in either, right? That's what I had to play in game 2. Witch Doctor felt impossible to play because they just don't really get hit by the cast very much. They always have really good positioning.
So if you're Pain, now you're in a position where...
Weehaw, I don't think you're going to bait the bot like that. Trying to go for the call, fakes it out a little bit, doesn't actually go, and now the Gyrocopter's just kind of walking away in confusion. May still die to the assassinate. Weehaw's going to be there with a Golden Blade, actually. Top lane, though. They've popped the Necrophos with the Crystal Maiden, too. They're going to slow him down with the Gush. The Freezing Field still in range. Ever so barely, and they will be able to take the kill.
I like that BM. Just let it go.
Yeah, just keep it going. You don't need to cast any more spells. Is he going Hanamitis, too?
I think everyone's just going Hanamitis in this game.
All right.
As now you have a 2K gold lead for OpenAI as Chain Frost is thrown out by the Lich.
It is still a very tough team to push into, though. Pain Gaming have the big sniper high ground defense, which is always really dangerous. So HFN, in particular, cannot get caught out by OpenAI.
But all it takes is one.
Trying to get the Blade Mail, Weehaw really needs that. It's going to be very effective against the Gyrocopter, especially. And he's super close to it, so he's just going to try and farm up the jungle, complete that.
Radiant's middle tower
And we're going to have an early Roshan attempt for OpenAI 5.
They've not seen a Rosh.
All the tier 1s and tier 2s. Yeah, we talked about that. Maybe because our games just ended so quickly. But
we lasted until 20 minutes. I didn't see a Rosh.
Yeah, it's 21-20, and OpenAI 5 decides they're going to Rosh rather than trying to push high ground, which is just a normal smart decision. But at the same time, Weehaw tried to get the initiation. The Reaper Sight and the Assassinate are all used to be able to finish off the Crystal Maiden. The Heat-Seeking Missile will be able to come in, doesn't land 50 gold for the Necrophos, but it won't offset the damage that was done by a Roshan being taken by OpenAI 5. Who did they give the Aegis to?
Gyrocopter.
Okay. So, pretty normal decision there, I would say. Oh, nice blink reaction there for the Tidy Hunter. Will be able to slow him down. The Chain Frost keeps on bouncing back to the Axe, and OpenAI 1. Gyrocopter comes in and says, thank you very much.
Weehaw with the question mark. I feel like they're just getting outmaneuvered right now, though, Pain.
Yeah.
They keep sending 1 or 2 heroes to defend. They don't understand that OpenAI is going to close the gap on them, take the tower. It's either you have to be ready as 5 to take that fight, or you don't take the fight at all. It's such a confusing way to play Dota, because most of the time you can get away with a little bit of column A, a little bit of column B, because humans, we're just naturally greedier. We want to play the margins a little bit more.
You could fake it out a little bit, you know, so show some strength and think that the enemy will be scared of you, but...
Normally, if you have a sniper forward like that, you throw that on a shrapnel, that'll deter most people from just going for the dive.
Yeah. 3,000 gold lead now for OpenAI 5 with an Aegis in hands on the gyrocopter. We'll see how they utilize it, because we always say, okay, you're going to have that Aegis. You want to be able to try and take objectives with it. We'll see if they can actually take a tier 3 or not.
Is Weehawk going to get opened up on once again?
Spirit Siphon stopping him from being able to get a good call in. Oh, and the Tide Hunter is nearby.
Breaks his own invis so that he can arcane boost his DP.
Gotta give him the mana love. He did he actually take the Mystic Staff into his stash before he got arcane booted? Or maybe it just got delivered. It was on cooldown.
Yeah.
I think he maybe put it into his stash before he got arcane booted.
I'll have to see it again.
Maybe we'll have a replay of something. Managed to get the call onto the list. Glimmer Cape does go down, but he just has to keep on right-clicking him. The Finger Death comes in as well. They just blow everything to be able to kill a support. And every single time, OpenAI will just get the trade-off. They're going to be able to take out Weehawk. HFN will manage to TP away, though.
I feel like if HFN dies there, the game just ends.
Yeah.
They're going to go high ground. But this resets things a little bit. Weehawk just has to buy time for his team. I don't even think that's that bad of a death. You have to use this time to push out the lanes, wait out the Aegis. You can't teamfight right now.
Did our Crystal Maiden, by the way, go for the Hand of Midas? I haven't seen him in a while.
Yes.
Did? Okay. Tavo did not. He went for the 4-stack. Still has Hand of Midas queued up, though. Any other interesting items that really stand out to you?
I feel like you need a pipe
if
on the
you're
side of Pain.
Yeah.
They're going to go for the smoke. Aggressive play here. Crystal Maiden has TP back. And they might just have the numbers here. We're going to run into the gyrocopter.
Perfect. Get it fast. Pick up the gyrocopter, and the fight should be yours. Looks like OpenAI isn't even getting close to him. They're going to leave him behind and let him die twice. So no loyalty with OpenAI 5, it seems. They're not going to go down with their gyrocopter.
Where's the alt chat? I need to see some pings.
Apparently Pain only alt chats when they die.
It's down 2k.
25-minute bounty runes are coming in. And not a whole lot of prioritization from either team. They're going to back up and get those now. HFN, impressively enough, I mean, we always talk about how this guy is such a monster, being able to keep up the farm. He's still staying ahead of everyone, including the Death Prophet, who is right there with him at 11,000 net worth.
Tide gonna run in.
Instant hacks, managed to control him. They don't let him get off that Ravage, but a Glimmer came forward sword. Now he managed to get the Ravage onto the 2 with the freezing field already placed onto HFN. Chain Frost comes in as well. Everything again, just to be able to finish off that Tide Hunter, and they do manage to get him. In return, though, OpenAI 5 did kill HFN and the support in Duster.
That was such a nice trap by the Crystal Maiden. Comes in from the top. HFN has no idea, and they just get swarmed on with the Ravage.
It seems like they always have the really good combination. He lays down the freezing field every single time someone else is about to throw down the stun. And it really just seems to maximize the damage coming out from that ultimate. Mr. Death Prophet, that Roshan cannot spawn yet.
Not for some time.
Not sure what he's checking out here. Maybe he's a bit confused.
Just chilling.
He's like, I like those Aegises you give me. Let's just keep those going. But
in mid lane, Tavo hasted up. Just gonna run and reset things for himself.
They just keep on checking it out.
This is what you're losing to right now. I know you guys are laughing.
3 centuries in the Roshan pit.
I hope that some audience people get to play against this, because I know that we got laughed at in our games because we lost in 20 minutes.
Yeah.
People just spamming wards down in front of our towers.
People laughing about how like double observer wards are placed in front of our base and stuff.
It is a hard game. That was a long 19 minutes.
OpenAI 5, though, is still only 1,000 net worth up, so Pain are certainly very much in this game. In fact, at some point in time, the Sniper's got to become kind of like the biggest carry late game. And as we kind of agreed, the Sniper will be the toughest carry in this game. They've got a good Necrophos lineup as well. So.
Hey, I sort of think that if it does go long enough and they do push out the lanes, and that's going to be the way that you open yourself back into the game.
Yeah.
Team fights right now aren't. I think HFN realizes, like, we're not going to win these team fights, guys. There's no reason in trying to take them.
And OpenAI 5 really isn't trying to put any actual effort into ending the game. Excellent blink once again from the Tidehunter. The call, it just takes too much time to cast.
Fog backstage is like, I know how that one felt.
If Fog couldn't get off Echo Slam, you're sure as hell not getting Berserker's call off.
Ooh.
Round of 8 toast for the Lich. Taking the cooldown instead of the movement speed for the Gyrocopter. Is there any other, have we seen any other talents that have kind of intrigued you, that have been a bit different?
Oh, he did take the cooldown cooldown.
Yeah.
What's it bring it to?
Now
20
goes to
seconds.
20 seconds. There's just so many of them who always got a movement speed.
And the movement speed pairs really well with your hero.
Now we've got another good form of initiation, the Blink Dagger on the King RD.
I really like what Pain is doing. They're just focusing in on pushing out this bottom lane repeatedly as Roshan. And they give it to Lich.
Okay, that's a Lich with Aegis.
And Cheese.
Apparently he was the man to challenge HFN Sniper. They feel like, well, he's got to get an extra life if he wants to take on the Sniper then.
They are metas ahead. Keep your supports alive.
Now, all of you, every single one of you watching this, you can use this as an excuse now. When you steal the Aegis from your carry, you can say, I saw OpenAI 5 do it on stage at the International.
Yeah, and they bought wards.
Yeah.
That's something that happens in some of my games.
The trade-off was Pain still holds a really good control of this bottom lane. You can see they're kind of waiting for the pick-off in order to go into the high ground, right?
Yes. They're doing the same thing that OpenAI is. OpenAI really wants to take a team fight, I think, at this point. It's 31.
You just HFN Sniper. Oh, homie.
Oh, my lord. I was being nice to Duster.
No, to be fair, we didn't make it to 35 minutes.
Yo, Duster's died like 7 times in this game. Please calm down.
A Blink Hex, a pickoff on the Tidehunter. 4,000 gold lead now for Pain, and looks like it is time to push into the high ground.
Ooh, Pain is doing it.
You certainly are.
Weehaw is defending my honor. They're going to go for the high ground with the DD Sniper. Hex flies in. King RD getting aggressive.
Oh, double call on it too. They managed to get the Gyrocopter. Look how much damage HFN is putting out in every single one of these calls. They're going to buy back on both the Tidehunter and the Gyrocopter, and popping the Exorcism to kill some siege creeps. I'm sure Pain are very happy to see that spell on cooldown.
Radiant's top tower has fallen.
I mean, if OpenAI 5 just keeps on pulling these spells, Exorcism, Ravage.
I feel like Pain just go for it again, don't they?
Yeah, they absolutely just wait for Exorcism to come down. Ooh. You're going to have BKB up. Take another team fight. HFN.
Radiant's top tower is
Blinking
under attack.
back. Witch Doctor setting a trap here. In the side, but Crystal Maiden, is he actually going to run into him? Now the rest of Pain is behind HFN. They're ready to go. I'm not sure where that Crypt Swarm was going. Maybe trying to scout for Invis heroes, which there is one in the Axe. He's not wrong about that.
Weehaw does have a BKB and the Shadow Blade. A lot of pick-off potential. They're not going to make their way towards that mid lane.
Okay. They just get a little close, click backwards. Apparently OpenAI 5 deciding it's not a fight worth taking. And this is something that we kind of denoted. It seems like OpenAI 5 does struggle to be able to find ways. Once they're losing, they struggle to be able to find ways back into the game. We saw in that game 3, they were just running down lanes, trying to delay the inevitable. But here, it's just the lack of moves. Now we're going to have the courier picked off. Doesn't actually get it, turns it vulnerable, dancing in the trees, but can't be out-microed enough.
Yeah, I'm trying.
Duster does a happy little dance.
This is the human advantage.
This is the most farm I've ever seen a Duster in this entire TI, so I'm sure he's pretty happy with it.
Ooh. My joke was about to be a lot more mean, but...
Weehaw! Get the call. He wants a little bit more. He wants 2, but again, the instant Yules, the instant blink. He does have the BKB though. He can still catch his Death Prophet. And managed to get the Gyrocopter as well. Activates that blade mail. Already Jar with half HP. Death Prophet moving forward, trying to hunt down HFN. That's not really going to do enough. Spirit Siphon heal. Force Staff over. Reaper Sight managed to catch the Gyrocopter. He is dead for over 2 minutes. A shot onto the Crystal Maiden. That'll be the next kill. HFN standing his ground on the high ground. This Death Prophet is just struggling to be able to do anything. That's a Ghost Shrouded Necrophos. It's going to be a little hard to kill him with all that physical damage. Finally wears off. They do manage to get that kill. Slow down with the Gush onto HFN. Pain. They only have HFN and Weehan. He's got a lot of farm. The Rod of Atos into once again. Oh, Weehan. He just can't seem to get the initiation. Good Hurricane Pike usage, though, by HFN, pushing away the Death Prophet. Turns and fights, knowing that he can't really get away. That is going to be 700 gold for the Death Prophet. Weehaw, what's he doing?
Weehaw's going to try to do some Weehaw.
He's going to make some big Weehaw plays. No. All right, so we had a buyback on the Witch Doctor. No buybacks on the OpenAI 5 side? I thought there was. Yeah, there was
definitely bought back.
Yeah, so it might be.
I think multiple heroes on the side of OpenAI bought back.
Yeah, they definitely had to. That fight was.
Oh, that's a Crystal Maiden buyback. As soon as he sees Weehaw.
He's like, I'm after him, boys. TTB. OpenAI 5, they're going to be. Possible. Weehaw is on the hunt though with that Silver Edge, trying to hit the call. Global call down, who knows where that one's going to go. The BKB already out, managed to get the blink call, there it goes. Holding him in place, and oh, that Cullen Blade's not quite enough. The paralyzing cast might be able to stall him long enough for Weehaw to finally get,
what's the juke?
Oh, he's going to juke him to the left side. The Gyrocopter gets away. He's going to get revealed on the creep wave. He better not get too close to HFN though. There it is, the assassination. That's why you don't show yourself that low. Well, now it's going to be more buybacks. HFN just found free gold.
I'm so glad that it was Pain that got to play.
They're a fun team, right?
They really are.
Buybacks from both the Gyrocopter and the Lich, so if Pain manages to force another good team fight, this could be over.
Classic rage buyback.
See, I would agree with that, but where's the OpenAI shit talking that we used to see? Where's the probability?
Win probability.
Oh, what I hear is the blink call. Does manage to get the Gyrocopter getting super low thanks to that blade mail. BKB TP out from Weehaw. Gives him a kissy.
Justice pop.
Toby, he TP'd out. You saw that one. You saw it with your very eyes. He TP'd away. He did not go invisible.
It's another Death Prophet ult popped just for the creep wave.
They just won't stop. I mean, the Octarine core makes it a little bit more forgivable, I guess, but...
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
King RD just hitting him tier 3. As our boy Grant would say, that's unhealable damage right there.
That is indeed.
That's value.
No tree in this game.
You know, it's going to get real annoying, though. We do have a Lich with level 25.
Yes.
That's even worse than a tree.
Pain. Dealing with all 3 lanes at once. The Gyro is still dead for 60 seconds.
Okay, so our matches and everything that we've heard about, most of the matches against the OpenAI 5 does not last this long.
Yes.
We are approaching the 50 minute marker. As Pain Gaming are going to go for the high ground. BKB instant Yules goes up, but they do try and follow that up. The Ravage goes down, hits on so many heroes, managing to hit on 3 or 4. The Lion's already dead. The Chain Frost bounce over the Witch Doctor as well. Reaper's side, but the activation there from the Death Prophet keeps him alive from all that damage. Tidehunter being focused by HFN might be able to get him the assassination instant cheese to be able to keep himself alive. Witch Doctor, gotta be careful here. Tier 3 is about to fall. HFN wants to be able to commit to that one again. Weehaw tried to make the blink initiation onto the Death Prophet. Too fast for the ult tester every single time. The Tier 3's dead. Gyrocopter's up in 8-second time. It would behoove OpenAI to chill out and wait till they have that damage dealer, but it will mean they lose the melee racks. TV's coming in, managed to get the call to the Titan on the right-hand side, but the rest side, they do have Pain, who's just full-on retreating. Weehaw still managed to get the kill, though, just in time. The Frostbite, as well as the Silence, going to be a bit too late. Weehaw's going to be run down by the Exorcism. Now Necrophos, Tavo's a little bit too far forward. He's going to be caught by the Frostbite, but he's not really too scared. He's just creating space for HFN, who's always sitting on that high ground. OpenAI 5 trying to deal with creeps at the same time as they're pushing into Tier 4s.
Weehaw did buy back for this. Pain, they want to end this game now.
And they might be able to do it too. That global call down again. Seems like once he got the global part, we've not seen a call down in an actual team fight. Weehaw does manage to get the BKB initiation onto the Gyrocopter, the Blade Veil, bringing him low. He has to go back to the fountain now. HFN's really trying to get the kill with a 4-step forward. He does manage to get it, even if it costs him his life. He does have a buyback with a paralyzing cast. That is going to control the two of them. Great hit by Duster. That'll lock things down. OpenAI 5 are down with 4. It's only going to be the last man standing, OpenAI 5, who decide that his teammates are not good enough, so he's going to feed down mid.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Oh, yes. Give it to him. Surround him. Let him die to the Megas.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
They just keep him stunned in place. Let the creeps do their work. It eventually does take out. HFN takes the kill. That is 5 dead. And Pain Gaming have won the first game against OpenAI 5. Pretty impressive stuff on both sides, I would say, Blitz.
Yeah, at least for the mid-game, things got a little bit dicey. Pain was losing for the majority of the other game.
Tavo having a blast. I'm so glad that we got to see Pain again on the stage.
You know what? Even though Duster flamed us, I still rooted for him the entire time.
Yep. I'm glad Team Pain won. Goes to show that at least there are some humans competent enough to beat the OpenAI 5. Oh, and what a great bunch of guys to be able to watch. And we got to have a win on the main stage.
Greetings, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Magic Arena video. In this one, we'll be taking a look at a really cool deck that I think is largely underplayed, unknown, which I think is super interesting. Granted, it's not a top-tier next-level archetype, but it's one that I've always found interesting, and that is Boros Control. So Boros is red and white. Those two colors together tend to be more aggressive. We've already seen the Mentor strategy come to fruition. We've seen Boros tokens being played, but Boros Control is one of those archetypes that just never really has all the tools available to it to really function, but nonetheless it's one of those archetypes that I absolutely adore. It's one that I've always tried to push because when we had with Kaladesh around, we had Chandra in rotation, which granted not a lot of people like her for her control ability. She was a very good control planeswalker. She gave you card advantage sometimes with a +1. She gave you ramp, which was fantastic. She gave you the ability to kill a creature, which was absolutely insane. Kind of like the 4-mana Vraska we've got right now with the Golgari Queen that can, 4 mana, -3 kill something. Chandra worked kind of like that, and she was a really good control planeswalker. Now, with Dominaria, we also got Jaya Ballard, which is a 5-mana planeswalker that gives you mana for your spells, that gives you card draw. You can cycle through your deck pretty quickly. So that combination seems super solid to me, and I really loved playing that big red deck, I used to call it. And when you start adding the white into it, you start dipping into Settle the Wreckage and Cleansing Nova, and you've got access to some decent board clears, Seal Away, Ixalan's Binding. The combination of red burn spells and white board clears gave you a decent array of control tools. The problem is you're at the mercy of discard, you're at the mercy of any type of counter burn. It's very difficult to get through them because counter magic just gets you. You can't disrupt their hand, so you're very vulnerable to that. Now I've tried to go for a Mardu route with red, black, white with some duresses and whatnot, but you just don't have the toolkit right now to work. Nonetheless, the deck is super interesting to play. It uses a combination of, I would say, substitutes for Search for Ascanta with treasure maps and Thematic Compass that get you through the deck and get you extra lands later, and the extra ramp you get from those to create big fat Banefires. Now the list you'll see in the video is one that is pre-modified, so the one that is underneath the in the link in the description below is using my modified version. The one in the video is using Power Stone Shards, which, I think they're fine in some cases, but they're also kind of cute. They're mostly cute. They're not, particularly optimized cards, I'd say, for the build. As much as I want to get big Banefires, I think it's safer to just go for more removal, as you do get blown out sometimes by aggro. And the super cool thing about the build that will be showcased in the video, and the one that is, found in the link in the description below, is that it uses Fountain of Renewal, which gives you, once again, crazy good game against red decks. You stabilize, you win the game. It's a win con all on its own. Dawn of Hope is crazy good. It gives you a win condition against pretty much anything, and frankly, I think Dawn of Hope and Fountain of Renewal, I've said it and I'll say it again, are just my favorite two-card combination to emerge from Ravnica. Despite my love for Golgari, I gotta give that white card some real love. I think Dawn of Hope is fantastic. So hopefully you guys enjoyed these spicy games. We got a very, very interesting one at the end there, where instead of top decking someone, we just bottom deck them, and that works just the same. Hopefully you guys enjoy this, and until the next video, may the fun and the luck